Now I'm speaking in terms of spiritual evolution, right? Because material development is very easy to come by. And if you are not careful, these material things that you gain is very easy to divert you from the path. It's very easy. Because when people are rich, right, they have so much money, sometimes they don't know what to do with the money and they begin to do silly things. It's amazing how some of the rich people behave with the money, how they spend and they drink, and it's women, and it's drugs, goodness knows what. And most of the time, of these 18 hours, they are hardly sober. Because they always have a drink in the hand, they always have a cigarette in the next hand. And what was the cause? Money. They have so much money. They think, all these things would bring him happiness, but it is not bringing him any happiness. It is bringing him more suffering, disease, problem. No spiritual development at all. So what is going to happen to you in the next life? You would like to be born a millionaire again, won't you? If we had the choice, nobody would want to be born in heaven. Right? They would want to be born in a very wealthy family with all the trimmings. But since you did not deserve it, you would not be born into that environment. You would be born into an environment where there would be all kinds of problems and poverty. Because that's what you deserve. This is why poor people have more children than rich people. Very wealthy people have very few children. And those who are really philanthropic, philosophical, really spiritual, they have the having. Because very few people have dedicated their lives spiritually in the present to be born in such a home where you would have no difficulties whatsoever. You will have all the time for your spiritual discipline until you attain illumination. And there is no more reincarnation. In other words, as long as you as an individual is alive, you need clothes. But the day you die, you don't need any more clothes. You don't need it. So the day you attain that state of realization or illumination, there is no more. And that you can attain anytime. Anytime. Because that is only present. That supreme existence is only present. It is there. All you have to do is to realize that. And the only thing that is there between you and that is the debit sheet that you have not cleared that up with it. That's the only thing there. And it is you as an individual, to make the necessary conscious effort in the present, to neutralize all the negative things in your life. And when that is neutralized, immediately wisdom manifests itself. Because it is our very essence. Most of the time we are looking for that something outside of us. That's the biggest problem. When it is something we have to realize within it. Something which is so close, appears to be so far, that it might take millions of years to realize something which can be done instantly. This is the purpose of the yoga philosophy. To help the individual to understand certain things and to apply the technique which is mantra yoga meditation. And mantra yoga meditation is a technique that you apply in the present. This is why you begin to neutralize all these things in the past. And you begin to feel a little more relaxed, more light. You begin to sleep better. You begin to do so many things better. You know why? Because you are lighting up that force which is on top of you. That force which pushes you to do certain things you don't want to do. How many times in your life you have done something wrong? Nobody has seen it. But you started to make an intellectual analysis of yourself. You said, well, you know, I was really dumb and stupid to do a thing like that. In the future, I'm not going to do it. Now you have scolded yourself. You have told yourself that you are not going to do something. After a few months, the environment come about, you did the same thing. Why? What happened? You who have told yourself that I'm not going to do that thing, you find yourself doing the very same thing time and time again. It is that force which is pushing you, and you don't know what to do in order to start neutralizing. And this is where the mantra yoga meditation comes in, to put a check to these things. And the moment you start, immediately you begin to feel more relaxed, more peaceful, you sleep better. So many things. Why? Because in mantra yoga meditation you begin to utilize the breath to neutralize that negative force which is on top of you, which is weighing on you, and which is pushing you. Because the mind is weak. And when your mind is weak, nobody can help it. Because whatever somebody tries to do, you will make a mess of it. Because your mind is so weak that you are always doubting on your possibilities. Insecure. You are not confident in yourself. So what you need now is a strong mind. A powerful mind. So that you can be successful. And there, when I was talking about the conservation of our mental energy, Let us assume here we are thinking, and let us assume that the mind is putting out 100 thoughts per minute. So it means the amount of energy that the mind is using in that time would be 100 thoughts. And each thought needs energy to manifest. If you can reduce that 100 to 50, then each thought would be twice as powerful. And if you can reduce that to 25, 4 times its power. Ten times. A thought on that level would be so powerful that you think and it begins to happen. Right? This is the power of the mind. When you attain these levels, right, these things begin to manifest gradually. When these manifestation begins to take place, you have to be very careful that you do not channelize that energy negatively, because you're going to lose it. Because then you would be creating more suffering. And that is not the purpose of the human being.
Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma